Assalamu alaikum and welcome to our fifth lecture on Pakistan's economic trajectory and era-wise overview. In our first four lectures, our focus was on highlighting the major political, constitutional, and economic events that occurred during different regimes. We also broadly discussed economic performance during different regimes. In this and the next lecture, we will examine the long-term trends in key macroeconomic and demographic indicators. Finally, we will compare the economic performance of different regimes by focusing on trends in growth rates and inflation. So in this particular lecture, our focus will be on trends in GDP and GDP per capita from 1951 to 2024-25. GDP of Pakistan. This graph is explaining the trends in GDP of Pakistan from 1951-52 to 2024-25. If we look at this graph, then in general we have overall upward rising trend in GDP of Pakistan. For instance, in 51-52, the GDP of Pakistan was 13,942 US million dollars. And after a period of 74 years, that is in 2024-25, this figure jumped over 410,000 US million dollars. This indicates that during a period of 74 years, the real GDP of Pakistan increased by 29.46 times. This 29.46 times increase during last 74 years show that average annual increase in GDP of Pakistan during these 74 years was 4.68. Now we will look at the figures of per capita GDP, again from 1951-52 to 2024-25. The graph is showing almost a similar trend that in general per capita GDP of Pakistan is increasing over time. In 1951-52, the per capita GDP of Pakistan was 390 US dollar. And it increased to 1465 US dollar during 2024-25. This indicates that during last 74 years, the real GDP per capita of Pakistan increased by 4.14 times. This implies that average annual increase in per capita GDP of Pakistan during last 74 years was 1.94. So average annual increase in GDP per capita of Pakistan was 1.94% during last 74 years. Now after looking at the overall trends of GDP and GDP per capita, we will focus on the growth rates. So first we will discuss the growth rates of GDP and then we will analyze the growth rates in per capita GDP. In this graph, we will discuss the annual GDP growth rates from 1950, 51, 52 to 2024, 25. After discussing the overall growth rates, we will also compare these growth rates across different regimes. This blue line is explaining the growth rates of GDP. This line is clearly telling us that we had fluctuating GDP growth rates. Sometimes our growth rates were as high as above 10%, and in some other periods our growth rates were as low as below 1%. So we never had a sustainable growth rates in Pakistan. One of the primary reasons for unsustainable growth in Pakistan is its reliance on consumption and external inflows rather than productivity driven. Now we will compare the growth rates across different regimes. During first regime, the average annual growth rate of GDP was 3.17%. Considering it was a new state, there were many challenges. 3.17 is a good acceptable average growth rate during first regime. The second regime was the one which was a phase of industrialization and green revolution, and as a result of that we had high growth rates during the second regime. The average annual growth rate during this regime was 6.53. The third regime was a political regime, a regime during which there were few policies of state intervention such as nationalization. During this regime, the growth rates reduced to 4.14. And then from 1977 to 87, we once again had a military regime. And during this regime, our average annual growth rate of GDP was 6.81, exceptionally high. Then in next regime, the GDP growth rates once again reduced to 4.59. Then from 1999 to 2007, the average annual GDP growth rates were 5.08. And now from 2007 and onward, the average annual GDP growth rates are 3.38. Now this graph and the average figures are clearly telling us that the growth rates were not sustainable. Another interesting finding is this, that the three military regimes had relatively higher growth rates. For example, during the first military regime, the average annual GDP growth rate was 6.53. During the second military regime, the average annual growth rates were 6.81. And during the third military regime, the average annual GDP growth rates were 5.08. So, during the military regimes, the average annual growth rates were clearly above 5%. Whereas in case of the democratic regimes, the average annual growth rates was always below 5%. So this is very interesting to see that in general, on average, the growth rates during military regimes were relatively higher as compared to the political regimes. But there could be multiple reasons behind it. We will talk about only two major factors. The one possibility could be this, that during the military regimes, there was a continuity of policy and centralized decision making. On the other hand, during political regimes, there was political instability and multiple governments were changed during every regime. There was policy inconsistency. So this could be one of the reasons that why we had relatively higher average growth rates during the military regime. Another point could be foreign inflows. Relatively higher foreign aid inflows were also observed during military regimes as compared to the political regimes, such as during Zia's period, Pakistan received substantial foreign aid during Afghanistan crisis. Similarly, after 9/11, Pakistan received significant aid for war against terrorism. So the inflow of foreign aid was relatively higher during the military regimes, which could also be one of the reasons of relatively higher growth rates. But one thing is important, that these high growth rates were not sustainable. Now we will look at the figures of growth rate in GDP per capita. Again, almost similar pattern, that the growth rates of GDP per capita income are fluctuating. We don't have any clear rising trend. In some periods, it was too high, higher than above 5%, and in many other periods, the growth rate in per capita GDP was even negative. Let's compare the average growth rates across different regimes. During first regime, the per capita GDP growth rate was 0.68. The average per capita growth rate of GDP was 0.68. In second regime, it jumped to 3.68. In third regime, the average per capita GDP growth rate was 1.31. In fourth regime, which again is the military regime, the per capita GDP growth rates on average were 3.1. In next regime, the growth rates reduced to 1.46, and then once again an upward rising trend. In sixth regime, the average per capita GDP growth rates were 2.46, and during the current regime, the average per capita GDP growth rates are just 1.52. So this graph is giving us almost a similar pattern which we saw in case of GDP growth rates. Military regimes have relatively higher figures as compared to the political regimes. We have discussed few reasons, but there are many reasons which can be discussed. So this is all about trends in GDP and per capita GDP from 1950-51 to 2024-25. Thanks for your patience. In our next lecture, we will discuss trends in inflation, sectoral composition of GDP, and population growth rate. Till then, thank you and Allah Hafiz.